All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to start off with having the subject, Bobby, here. I'm going to have him feel my hand. I'm going to touch various different parts of his body in a sequence, and it's nothing complex. There's no special things you have to do or special places you have to touch. You just touch all over the body, and especially close to the injury, if there's an injury. And you, in a lot of cases, you would want to be working with somebody who has an injury. So say the person has an injury on his arm, and let's say that the injury is on the shoulder. We'll just assume that the injury is on the shoulder here. So that's what I'm going to be working with, an injury on this shoulder. And we want to, but what we want to do is we want to improve the communication between his brain and his shoulder, but we want the whole body involved. We don't just want the shoulder involved. We want the whole body involved. We want to improve the flow of communication in his body. And so that's what I will be doing. So I'm going to be using several different commands. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him to feel my hand, and then I'm going to ask him to nod or say yes when he can feel my hand, and then I will acknowledge it. And it's very important that you get those three things in. I'm going to ask him to feel my hand. He's going to say yes, and then I'm going to acknowledge that he said yes. So that you want to keep the flow of communication going, and you want the complete cycle of communication. The question or the asking, and then the acknowledgement that he's done it, and then my acknowledgement that he's done it. Okay, let's get started now. So, Bobby, feel my hand. Good. Feel my fingers. 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 Good. All right. Feel my fingers. Good. Feel my fingers. Good. Feel my fingers. Good. Feel my fingers. Good. Now, as you can see, I'm just touching him all over his body to get him feeling my fingers, because that puts a tension on his body. It opens the communications between his body and his brain. Now, the total time of any one touch healing session should be about 20 minutes. You don't want to overdo it, and you don't want to underdo it very much, and 20 minutes seems to be an optimum amount of time. You could do it longer if the injury was severe. You could do it twice as long, and then you could wait 3 or 4 hours and then do it again, and then you could wait 3 or 4 more hours and do it again. But generally, any one time, 20 minutes is probably the optimum amount of time. Now, so what I just did on Feel My Fingers should go on for about 5 to 8 minutes. And now I'm going to change the command a little so that he looks a little deeper into his body. So now what I'm going to ask him to do is to look under my fingers. Now, with your mind, look under my fingers. Good. 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 Now you'll see that I'm spending a little extra time with his shoulder, which is supposed to be injured, so that you want to spend, any time there's an injury, you want to spend extra time, of course, on the injury, but you want to do the whole body as well. So, with your mind, look under my fingers. Good. 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 Now, I hope you understand that if he had a stomach ache, we would spend more time on the stomach, but being he hasn't, we're going to go on. All right. With your mind, look under my fingers. Good. 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 With your mind, look under my fingers. Okay. Now, if we were actually doing a touch healing session, you'd want to continue this for about 8 minutes. But being this is not a real one, just a demo, we're going to go on to the next process. And the next process is I'm going to ask him to relax the tension under my fingers. So now, relax the tension under my fingers. Good. 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 Now, what we're always looking for in a touch healing session is we're looking for the subject to get sleepy. And we're really interested in the subject getting sleepy because that indicates that the body has decided that it needs to do some healing. And healing, most of the healing happens in the body whenever you're sleeping or whenever the body is sleeping, because it just works better that way. And it's been noted by many different doctors that the healing mostly takes place when the person is sleeping. So that's basically what we're looking for. Once a person is really sleepy, we just say go ahead and sleep. And you want to let them sleep for 10, 15, 20 minutes. That really, really helps usually. And it often makes the pain go away and that sort of thing. So anyhow, we're going to continue. Relax the tension under my fingers. Good. 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 Now, almost every time on a touch healing session, you want the person to sleep at the end of the session, if possible. Now, they won't always do it, and that don't mean it isn't successful, but for the most part, you're looking for the person to get sleepy, and usually they will if you're getting some results. So the point of it is if they're sleepy, let them sleep. And if they're not sleepy, try to get them to sleep. And if they don't sleep, that's okay. Then there's no problem. Just wait for a couple hours and then do it again if they're not well. Or if you want to just help them heal over a period of time, keep this up 2 or 3 times a day until they are well. So now, I'm not going to go on further than this because this is just basically what you would be doing if you do a full 20-minute session. You'd probably do like 8 minutes on, well, that would be 24 minutes, but that would be fine. 8 minutes on each of the processes I just showed you. There's the look under my fingers, and there's a feel my fingers, and there's relax the tension under my fingers. If you use those 3, you'll get pretty good results from touch healing. And good luck and good fortune.